Hey guys, it's Eric here, and we're back in the master bathroom. This time we're not going to do anything with lighting. Instead, we're going to do some plumbing. More specifically, in the shower that's right behind me. Let's do this. Alright, first I'm going to show you guys the problem, and it's a big problem. So if we go in here, we'll open up the shower, and you'll see the hot and cold lever here to turn the shower on. If I turn it on, let me get it back in the camera, seems normal, but then when I go to turn it off, it goes all the way around. Now, if that was the only problem, it wouldn't be that bad. There's a little screw that goes on the inside of the lever, and that would fix it from going all the way around. But it's not the only problem. As you can see, the shower's off, but the shower head is still leaking. This is generally an indication that the cartridge has gone bad. Now, cartridges in showers shouldn't go bad that often, but when they do go bad, it's an easy fix. You don't need to call a plumber for it. So let's go ahead and fix this shower. In order to fix this, the first thing you need to do is find out the brand of your faucet. If I look here on my circular panel here, it says Delta. So that's what I'm looking for. It's going to use a Delta cartridge. And the cartridges are brand specific, they're also model specific. A lot of times, if you know when your house was built or if you know when your faucets were installed, that'll tell you enough information to get the correct cartridge. So this is a Delta brand cartridge, and if I look on the back here, it says made for showers that were built or installed after 2005. So that's this unit right here. Okay, the first thing we gotta do is we gotta remove the old cartridge. So I'll show you how to do that. Almost forgot to mention, just like when you're working with electrical systems, you need to turn the electricity off. If you're gonna replace the cartridge in your shower, you have to make sure the water is off to the shower. Otherwise, you're just gonna be shooting and spraying water everywhere. Alright, so once the water's turned off, we can get to removing the lever that's in the shower over here. Now, you want to verify first that the water's off, and the way you do that is you just open up the valve, make sure there's nothing dripping from up top. If you're working in a tub shower, make sure there's no water coming out of the tub spout either. Once there's no pressure in the system, no more water is coming out, we can get to removing the lever. Okay, in order to remove the lever, there's a little screw on the inside. I'll show you. Now, as I said, my lever is missing the screw, which is why it spins all the way around like this. But this is where it's supposed to be. There's a little Allen key screw that's supposed to be in there. At some point recently, the screw of mine came out. So I'm actually going to replace this entire lever as well as the cartridge that's on the inside here. Okay, so once you've removed the screw off of your lever, this should just slide off really, really easily. This is going to expose the cartridge. And as you can see, this cartridge here is a little bit loose and kind of falling apart. That's why we're replacing it. So, okay, now that we've got the lever off, it's time to remove this metal sleeve that's around where the lever was going. This is the sleeve I'm talking about. You should be able to just wiggle this and pull it right out, just like that. And you want to make sure there's no corrosion or dirt or anything on the inside. If there is, you can clean that out. Alright, once you have that metal sleeve off, the next part is to remove this nut here. And this is what actually holds the cartridge in place. Now, this can be very difficult to remove, especially on an older faucet. It's easier if you have like rubber gloves or a strap wrench or something like that. You can twist that. You can also spray some WD-40 in there and let it sit for few hours, and that should loosen it up. Alright, this washer right here, or the nut that holds this should just unscrew, and it should just be hand tightened. On an older faucet, this could be rusted on or have some corrosion. You want to make sure the inside's clean. It's all good. Now I can actually pull out the cartridge itself. And the cartridge is held in, it's got some rubber O-rings on the inside that connect it to the pipes, the hot and cold water pipes. But you should be able to just wiggle it and pull it out. Once you've wiggled and pulled your cartridge, it should just slide out just like that. Now we have a problem. When I removed mine, there's supposed to be two rubber O-rings on the end of this, and they're not there anymore, which means they're right there inside the hot and cold valves. So I'm going to reach in with a pair of needle nose pliers and I'm going to pull those out. I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. This is what the end is supposed to look like right there. See those two rubber O-rings? And I don't want those going anywhere, so I got to pull them out of the valves there. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just reaching in here with this little tool, and there's one. And I should be able to get the other one also. Just pop it right out. There we go. And here's the other one. Alright, with that part done, it's time to install the new cartridge. Alright, so now that we have both cartridges out, I can show you some differences between them. So this is the old cartridge, okay? Now the old cartridge had this little plastic piece on the front. It was a generic cartridge, it's not a Delta branded cartridge. And that, I mean, I think it makes a difference for quality. I've used these generic cartridges before. They don't tend to last as long as the genuine parts, at least in my experience. So I'm replacing this with a genuine Delta part. So the couple things that you want to take note of. This cartridge, this is the old one. If you look here at the top, I don't know if you guys can see that. It says hotter and colder. What this allows you to do is it allows you to set just how hot your hot water or your valve will allow the water to get. This prevents burning and stuff like that. So if you like a really hot shower, you can set it a little bit higher, and this means when you have your lever set to the max hot setting, there's going to be almost no cold water that's going to mix with that. So it'll be as hot as it could possibly go. This is actually a little easier to set on the Delta part. It's the same where you have, if you look at the top there, it's right up here on the gray part. It says hotter and colder. So on this part, what you can do is you can actually take this white part and you can pull it and you can turn it towards the hotter side, and then that'll mean it can get hotter. So I don't want it max hot, but I'll put it like right in the middle, and because I do like a hot shower, so that's good. The other thing that you want to make note of is on the side of the cartridge, there's an H. Let's see if I can get it to focus. Right there, there's an H. That stands for hot water. So you want to make sure that that's on the left when you put it in, because there are two valves here. So you're going to put it in with that H on the left. Okay, now actually installing the new cartridge. You're going to go in here, you want to make sure that H is on the left. And you're just going to put it in just like that. Now you're gonna hit a point where it's harder to put it in. And that's because the O-rings are meeting with the valves that are in the back there. And this O-ring around the center is making a good connection. So what you wanna do is you wanna wiggle it just back and forth and up and down until it pops right into place. It shouldn't be too difficult, but there you go. That's how you pop it into place. Okay, now the new cartridge is in, and it's time to install the new lever. Okay, the first part that goes in is that metal nut. So we're gonna take that, just slide it here, and we're just gonna screw that into place. Now again, with this nut, you just wanna hand tighten it. You don't wanna use a wrench or anything like that to tighten it, just in case you need to remove it again later. Okay, the next part that goes on is that metal sleeve that we took off. So let's go ahead and take that right in here. And we'll slide that right into place. Make sure it's all the way down. Now we're ready to put the actual lever on. Okay, now it's time to put the actual lever on. So we'll go right back in here. And you want to line up the inside of the lever, see it's not round, with this little brass part that's coming out here. And you want to make sure it's all the way to the right because that's off. There we go. Once the lever's in place, you can actually twist it and you can feel the cartridge moving, which is really good. Got some good movement there. And now I'm going to install what's called the set screw. This is the screw that was missing on the old lever, and it goes right inside there, right this hole right here. And this lever, this particular lever, came with an Allen key for it, and I believe most levers do. So we'll go ahead and put that screw in and tighten it up. Okay, I've put in that set screw, and as you can see, we can't remove the lever, and we have good movement here between cold and hot. Now it's time to turn the water back on, make sure everything works. All right, I've got the water turned back on, and as you can see, there's no leaks, no water coming out of the shower head right there. Now we're gonna test it out. Make sure we got nice, good, cold water. Then we're gonna turn it all the way to the left. Make sure that water gets hot. Okay, we have good hot and cold water. The next thing that you wanna make sure of is when you turn the faucet off, that it actually stops. And this one stops really nicely. It's the same process whether you have a combination tub shower or just a standing shower. It's really easy to replace the cartridge. Symptoms of having a bad cartridge, as I said, if the water continues to leak either through the tub valve or through the tub spout or through the shower head, and it's just constantly dripping, that's generally an indication that the cartridge itself is bad. Another indication is that if you turn the actual lever, you don't get any hot water, but you have hot water throughout the other parts of the house. That can be an indication that the cartridge is bad as well, and it's not turning properly to adjust the temperature and allow hot water in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Please like and subscribe. Comment if you wish. You can contact me through email or through Instagram. And thank you for joining me for another problem solved.